Hi, I'm Jen, and today I am going to tell you how to break in some Dr Martens. There are two easy ways of torturing yourself with your own wardrobe. One is not wearing underwear under super skinny jeans. The other, not wearing socks with any pair of Dr Martens. Both will make you cry from pain within the first hour. That was one of the comments that I've received that made me lol. But basically today I am going to go into how to break in Dr Martens because I realized that you guys also love Dr Martens as much as I do, I guess, because my Dr Martens video is going very good. So even though I got quite a few pairs of Dr Martens now, it honestly doesn't make it easier every time I have to break in a new pair. Recently I picked up these, which prompted this video. These beautiful 1461s. I didn't realize they really had this color, but it's so cute. It's like creamy and just so stunning. So these are new, which is one of my tips that I'll share with you later about breaking them in, but I still want to go into the process of breaking Dr Martens in because it honestly is, it can be terrible. It can be really terrible. Also during the weekend I went to Splendor and my friend Lauren, she wore a brand new pair of Docs to Splendor, which is definitely a no-no, but she managed to survive with a few of these tips that I hopefully will be able to share with you. So basically buying a pair of brand new Docs can be so exciting, and honestly you just want to put them on and walk around everywhere with them, but you know, that's gonna be torturous. You gotta break them in and it might have a bit of blood and blisters and a lot of boo-boos, but after a while you will have a pair of shoes that will hopefully last you a lifetime. So let's go into a bit of history. Basically, Dr Martens are a British shoe. They started off as work boots and now they're a total fashion icon. The first boots to arrive were the iconic 8-hole boots, which are the 1460s, and they were invented in the 1st of April 1960, so hence 1460. Since then they've created a lot of different styles. They got the 1460, they got like the 10-hole ones, they've got the 1461s, which are the 3-hole shoe Docs, they got the Mary Janes, they got the Chelsea boots, they got gladiator sandals, Blair sandals, you name it, they've got a different type of shoe for everyone. Most notably, they have vegan options, which is pretty awesome for people who are vegan like me, who can also have, you know, an option to still wear Dr Martens and have it in an ethical, I guess it's ethical way. Okay, things to know before you buy. Basically, they are gonna be an investment, so you're gonna have to start saving for these bad boys. They're pretty expensive. What I like to do is always look for sales. The first pair of Docs I got was buy one get one half price, so I got my first pair of Docs full price and then my second half price. So I ended up getting my red 1460s for only $60 because back then they were only 120 Australian dollars, so I have to say that is a bargain. And because they're an investment, you kind of want to make sure that you're getting a color that will last you a while. Maybe go into crazier colors for like the next couple of pairs of Dr Martens you get, but for your first pair I would probably stick with like black or I don't know, just something you'll wear a lot. The browns are pretty good, they're pretty popular right now, or even the cherry red. Just as long as it matches with like all your clothes, then you'll be able to wear them all the time. Also, you'll want to pick between like 1460s and 1461s. Really depends if you're like a boot person, if boots look good on you. It can be pretty tricky, like some people just don't look good in boots. Some people look amazing in boots. If you don't look good in boots, you can go for the 1461s, which are the shoe ones. Yeah, they pretty much suit everyone, so yeah. And I find that I wear my black 1461s all the friggin' time. They would go with every one of my outfits, so they're a really solid option for a first pair. I also recently had a question on my Dr Martens video. Someone was wondering if they should get JENNs or 1460s. I honestly love the JENNs, and if you love that look, I would go with those. I can't really comment on how long they will last because I haven't actually owned JENNs for a very long time. They might crease a lot. I'm not sure how good the sole lasts for, but honestly they're really comfy and they're really easy to put on and off. The main concern that this girl had was that the zipper sometimes can break. So if you're worried about the zipper breaking, I would definitely go the 1460s. If not, there is actually one kind of like in between style, which is like a slightly bigger sole. Kind of in between the JENNs and the normal sole. So if you want a little bit of height but you still want to be able to tie them up, I would probably go with the Bex ones. So as I was saying, I always try to look for deals when I'm buying Dr Martens. Normally it ends up being an online store that I'll buy my Dr Martens from, or like Depop or something. So what you need to do before you buy anything is you need to go into the store and you need to find out what your size is. So even if they don't have the exact color that you're looking for at the shops, you should definitely try on the same style and work out what size you are, because it is kind of weird sizing. So basically I'm around an Australian 9. I have a very like thin, long foot. But I end up going for the UK 6, which I think is an Australian 8. Just because the boots are very, very big and like bulky on the inside, like I feel like I have a lot of room in them. Even with my UK 6s, they seem a little bit, I don't know, like roomy for my 1460s. A little bit different with the JENNs. I found them a bit tighter. So maybe that's why I enjoy wearing my JENNs a lot, because they fit my foot a bit better. But yeah, definitely try it on in the store. You gotta also try on the different styles. You can't just assume that the 1461 is gonna fit you the same as the 1460. It'll be close, but I do find that, yeah, my 1461s and 1460s are a little bit different. Hopefully you're following me with 1460s, 1461s. So once you've worked out the correct sizing, you can move on to buying some docs, which is super exciting. But pro tip, make sure you take note of if you tried on a women's shoe or a men's shoe, because I have found most of the shoes are unisex, but there are some styles that are branded as like women's, which are slightly narrower and maybe like they point up a bit on the toes. My 1461s are the women's ones. They come in a bit tighter than the men's ones. So yeah, take note of if you tried on like a specific style when you're going to buy some. So basically the places I look at for getting a good deal on Dr Martens, I look at Surf Stitch, which is an Australian website. I got my brown ones from there. Dolls Kill, but I've noticed they haven't really had sales on Dr Martens recently. Urban Outfitters, they always have sales. I used to work at Urban Outfitters, so I would sometimes get discounts when I worked there, which is awesome. If you're planning on getting Dr Martens, maybe just get a job at Urban Outfitters just for a sec. You can also look at Depop, eBay, Facebook Marketplace. Yeah, there's lots of different places that you can look at for Dr Martens. I mean, honestly, recently I've bought a couple of pairs from Depop, which has been awesome, because honestly, these are like basically already broken in. Someone's already worn them around, if you're okay with someone else wearing your shoes. Yeah, they're like already pretty soft. I don't really have to do much. Yeah, so that's a pro tip. If you are kind of scared of brand new Dr Martens, they're very, very stiff in the beginning. So if you buy ones that are already used, they will already have that cool worn-in look slightly, and yeah, you can get like them for about half price, I would say. These ones in particular I got for $80, which is pretty awesome. I think they're in pretty decent condition. Like, they're a little bit dirty, but I actually like that look. It's kind of, yeah, it's rustic. Okay, so now you've bought the docs, you get to have a fun time breaking them in. So there's many different techniques with breaking in Dr Martens. Just so you know, you will have to get familiar with some band-aids. Typically what I'll do is I'll wear them around the house first and kind of work out where I'm gonna get a lot of rubbing or any pressure points from the shoes. Once I kind of know where I'm gonna blister, I grab some of this, I don't know what it's called, JENN medical product. It's like this roll of tape that I get from the chemist. This is the ultimate for helping with blisters. Like, if you've got a blister already, or if you're about to get a blister, you put this on and it totally flattens the area, so there's like no rubbing on top of the blister. I used to use it all the time because I'd play soccer and get blisters from my soccer boots, and yeah, this helps so much. So yeah, you want to get some of this stuff or something similar. I find band-aids kind of catch a lot and can kind of like rub to the point that the band-aid rubs off. So yeah, once you've worn them around the house a little bit, chuck on some of this to work out where you need it. So when you're wearing them around the house, what you want to do is like bend them a lot, like bend all the kind of places that need to be broken in, kind of do some squats, do some walking around, do some dancing, do anything that you're doing a typical day in your house with these socks. Try to find some kind of thick socks, ones that aren't gonna just completely get ripped up when you wear them with docs. Because honestly, if you have socks that are too thin, it's just gonna completely destroy your socks. So yeah, get some like thick, good quality socks. And yeah, after a while, if you're finding your docs aren't really sitting right, maybe they're a bit too big or too small, then what you can do is you can like add an inner sole into the shoe. What I did is I took this from like my sport shoes and I put them in these shoes because I find that they're a little bit bobbly on my feet, and this kind of just like cushions the bottom and also makes it fit my foot better. But if you find that they are too tight, then you can do what I did with these shoes, which is I took out the inner sole. They have like this inner section here. I don't have it with me, but you can take that out and that'll create more room in your shoe, and it's totally fine to wear it just without it in there. Although not all Dr Martens have the removable inner sole, mainly just like the originals. So my JENNs don't have it, and also my vegan ones don't have the removable inner sole. So now that you've worn them around the house a little bit and you kind of know any kind of points where you're gonna get a blister or whatnot, you can now escape and go outside. Now what you're gonna wanna do is only wear them for a couple of hours at a time in the beginning. Basically, you're just like building up strength in your like feet and legs where the rubbing is happening. That way the docs will also get softer, and hopefully you can slowly get used to wearing them more and more often. So if you think you're gonna be out of the house for basically the whole day and you're wearing the docs, definitely take extra shoes that are really comfortable to wear after your feet get kind of destroyed from the docs. From my personal experience, these bad boys really hurt me. I find that the 1460s are pretty uncomfortable in the beginning because this section really rubs on the back of your foot. It's super stiff at the back here. And also the toes rub a bit because they are a tighter fitting shoe. So yeah, they take a little bit longer to get right. I also had a bit of trouble with these ones here. Because they are the smooth leather, it's kind of quite tough. It's very tough. I found that I got a lot of blisters from these, and I didn't even like wear these a lot in the beginning. Like I only just started wearing them recently a lot. Yeah, a pro tip would be not to wear them all the way tied up in the beginning. Just kind of take some of these out and then wear it maybe on the like, maybe on the like 4th or 5th hole, just so that it's kind of looser up the top here and you're not getting a lot of rubbing from, it's mainly this section here. That is like the bad point. So if you have it a bit looser there, it's holding onto your foot, but you got a bit of room so there's less rubbing. And with these ones, you'll want to make sure that you're wearing some decent socks. Socks that go above the end here, or else you'll get rubbing on the back of your leg. So you want socks that are longer and you want socks that are kind of thick. If this is freaking you out, then there are alternatives. Like I said, you can go to Depop and get some that are already broken in, or you could get some that are softer leather. So my first pair were actually the black Nappa docs, and I don't think I actually had to wear them in at all. I didn't have to break them in, no. So basically, because the leather is super soft, there's no rubbing, and you can pretty much wear them straight away. The downside is kind of that they kind of age very quickly. They get really crinkly, and they don't have this kind of shiny look that the smooths have. So if you don't want that look, then I probably would just enjoy the break-in process. These ones here also didn't give me much of a problem. They are, I think they're the Crazy Horse or something. They're also very soft leather, but as you can see, they do get a very worn in look, which I like, but some people don't. It makes them age really, really quickly. Like This is basically how they looked when I got them, and yeah, they look old. I also found that my JENNs were really easy to break in. I don't even think I had a break-in process. That is not true for the leather JENNs. I've heard that they are a beep to break in, so don't take this for the leather version. But the vegan version, super easy to break in. Sorry, I was cleaning them, so there's no laces, but there is like padding on the inside of these. So I literally had no rubbing. The synthetic leather is actually really soft in these ones, unlike the other vegan versions that I've got, which is super tough. Yeah, these are super soft. These are the most comfortable shoe I own. I like always opt in wearing these. They're super easy to put on with a zip, even though I don't like the look of zips. These are amazing. So if you want something super comfy and stylish, I would go for these, but they are more expensive. So yeah, that's basically how I would break them in. I actually had a really tough time with my vegan 1461s, which are, I don't have them with me, but they're this color, and they are super rubby. Like, they just rub everywhere. They're kind of tight already, and they're really like sweaty, and I think that contributes to the fact that I get blisters from them. So I wouldn't recommend those if you're living in Australia. The rest of my break-in process with all my other dogs has varied. As I said, these ones easy, this one not easy, this one not easy. These new ones, I've found that these are super easy. I think I've worn them to work and stuff, and I didn't really feel too much of a blister, so these are easy. Also, it seems like these are a kind of softer leather on these ones. So a lot of websites kind of recommend that you soak them in water or do some crazy shit to them. I would not recommend doing that to your brand new dogs. That could ruin them. So if I was you, I would just wear them in like the trooper that you are. But if it is turning into a very big ordeal, definitely maybe invest in, I think it's like called Wonder Balm or whatever. It's like the Dr Martens kind of balm wax stuff that you can rub onto the Dr Martens, and it'll soften them up and also protect them. Definitely try that if you're struggling, or else there's totally got to be some other kind of brand that you can get that's similar. Honestly, I think that's a really good idea to put it on, because if you want these to last a while, you're going to want to protect them. I don't think I really do very well at looking after them. As for how long they last, they can last a long time. It really depends on the person, how much you wear them, how you walk, because how you walk will depend how it rubs the sole on the bottom. I have had these ones here maybe like 8 years or so, and they are looking pretty good. They're getting some scuffs on the front. That's just because I put my feet underneath tables all the time. But yeah, don't do that, and you won't scuff them. These ones are probably the next oldest. I've had them since 2015. Not that long, but they're still riding pretty strong. I did wear them every day when I was traveling around the world for the year, and they are kind of rubbing off on the bottom. So yeah, it depends how often you wear them. I had my black pair that I got first up. I used to wear them to work every day. They got totally smashed, and they probably didn't last as long because I wore them to work every day. Also, yeah, that was just like with a lot of chemicals and stuff. I was working at McDonald's, so yeah, they got pretty gross. So if you're gonna wear them a lot for work and stuff, they may not kind of last as long. But yeah, overall, I do find that you get what you pay for with docs. You pay a lot of money for them, and they do last a long time, and you can kind of wear them with everything, so they look pretty amazing. If you want to see how I styled them, I will link my collection video somewhere here. And if you have any questions about docs, something that I didn't cover in this video, please write in the comments. Let me know which docs you're planning on buying, or the struggles you've had with breaking them in. But yeah, breaking in docs can vary from person to person. Obviously, some people can get crazy blisters, other people can just like go off to a festival like Lauren in the weekend and wear brand new docs and not get a friggin' blister. I don't know how that miracle happened. She came out fine, she wore them all day. But in saying that, I know she's getting crazy blisters from her 1461s. So you can win and lose with these Doc Martens. Good luck on your Doc Martens journey, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. I have been Jen. And until next time, keep wandering.